Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Everything Real with More podcast. I am your host, Morenike. So by now, I believe that you should be familiar with my face already. Well, except for new subscribers. So if you're a new subscriber, wow, thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy listening to this podcast as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you're a returning subscriber, oh my God, thank you for returning. Thank you for returning. A million kisses for you. Wow. Thank you for returning. From our last episode, the topic we have is desperation, and we're not done with that. In the last episode, we were considering the likely causes of desperation in men, the reason why men are desperate, the reasons why men are desperate to get married. And then I promised that in the next episode, which is now, we are going to be discussing the likely reasons why women get desperate to get married. So let's get straight into it. Like the men, one of the major reasons, or the first reason why women are desperate to get married is that they want to measure up amongst their friends and the society. Okay, so like in the when we're talking about the men, we're talking about the conversations that happens in the circle of in the bachelor circle, and then how that conversation transits when they get married. So the same thing happens in the world of women. As a single lady or in the circle of single ladies, the conversation is totally different from married women conversation. In the single ladies conversation it's going to be more of talks like, oh, this guy asked me out, oh, I'm considering entering into a relationship with this person, oh, this person is my crush, I think I'm starting to like him, that kind of things. I know that you understand what I'm saying. But in the married women's world, the conversation has changed. They're now beginning to talk about their husbands. They're beginning to talk about their children. They're talking about, oh, my husband got me this, my husband did that, my husband do this. The conversation has changed. So imagine a scenario where there are maybe a scenario of like 5 close friends or 4 close friends, and then 3 of them are married or 2 of them are married, and now there's 1 person unmarried or 2 persons unmarried. Because they want to, and then marriage, in a societal way, marriage is like a kind of a step up. So because they want to join the conversation, they want to like be a part of that conversation, they also want to start talking about their marital experiences. Sometimes some of these single ladies are pressured to get married, and that is not a good place to be. Another reason why some women are pressured to get married is the wedding day fantasy. Wedding day fantasy, like, this one is very, very funny, but it happens. Some ladies, they've seen a style on Bella Naija wedding, maybe like months before, and they screenshotted that style that this is going to be the wedding dress, this is going to be my kind of wedding dress. That in a way, sometimes some ladies find themselves pressured because of that. They'll be like, oh, I want to get married because I want to wear that wedding dress, because I want to wear a wedding gown, because I want to do this. Some people, it's because of the whole ambience, the whole, oh, people are traveling in because of you. Your friends, everybody are traveling in for the bride. They want to come and honor the bride, and then the setting of the hall, the ambience, the decoration. And the person, someone, maybe a lady in their mind is like, God, I want this. And then subconsciously, you find yourself getting pressured that you want to get married. These things, this particular one, this number 2 point, wedding day fantasy, is funny, but it happens. So some people, and like I said in the first episode, sometimes you're desperate for marriage and you don't even know that you're desperate. So you just analyze this and then see if any of these reasons relate to you. Another reason why women sometimes get desperate, or women are desperate to get married, is the Mrs. title ache. I mean ache, like headache. So the Mrs. title ache. There's a way that society favors married women. There's a way that society favors married women over single ladies. Sometimes, not all the times, And then there's a kind of honor that comes to a woman when she's married compared to a single lady. This is right, in this practical case, in this case, there are cases of some landlords saying that, oh, I don't want to I'm not going to sublet my house to a single lady, and then some people even do this. Some landlords even do this. If you don't have a husband, you cannot. I'm not giving my house. That kind of scenario. That is just one of the many reasons for the Miss Title week. And then some people, it's not just because of that reason. They just want to be referred to as a Mrs. They just want to be in these times, the husband's name, if it is maybe Adiri, we don't call it Adiri. We say Mrs. Hey. If it is Ola or Nipekon, we don't say Ola Nipekon. We say Mrs. Ho. If it is I want an English name. If it is Peters, we don't say Mrs. Peters. We say Mrs. P. You never heard of it? Ah, God. Some people just want to be called a Mrs. And they find themselves getting unnecessarily pressured that they want to marry. Another reason for desperation to get married in women is the fear or incapacity of being alone. Now, I wish that I could take the whole time on this, but I can't for time constraints. However, I'm going to shorten it. Some ladies, they don't know how to be alone. They don't know how to not be in a relationship, in any relationship with any guy. Like, I mean a dating relationship. They don't know how to. In their life has always been break up with this guy, move on to the next. You're not healing, you're not doing anything. They are just scared of being alone. They're just like very, very scared of being alone. Now, in this particular scenario, many of them, they become desperate to get married. And then in the other aspects of bills, maybe like financial reasons or mental reasons or emotional reasons. Okay, the fact that they're even scared of being alone means that something is happening in their mental and in their emotional state. Now, bringing it back to financial, some people, they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know what to do with themselves when they are alone. That's just the truth. Financially, they can't take care of themselves. Mentally, they can't take care of themselves. Emotionally, they just always need someone that they will always be pouring their burden upon. Yes, that's what marriage does. You become two, and then you are able to help each other at one point or the other and all of that. But some people cannot just be alone. They have not learned to be independent enough to now be able to depend on another person. Now, people like this, they end up, if they finally get married, they end up making a mess. In most case scenarios, they end up making a mess of their marriages. They end up making a mess of their partners because they are always at the receiving end. Ladies like this that don't know what to do with themselves when they are alone, they actually see marriage as a source of security or protection for them. Well, while that is not totally bad, that intention is faulty. If the reason why you want to get married is so that you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be responsible for yourself, you want someone else to be responsible for you, that is a faulty reason to get married. Another reason why women are desperate to get married, this particular one, the biological clock. The moment a lady clocks 30, there is this age pressure to get married. Now you're beginning to think, when will I give birth to my firstborn? When will I give birth to my secondborn? Time is no longer on my side. Yoruba will say, and then some people, maybe in a Yoruba family, I'm a Yoruba lady, so I'm very, very familiar with that line. I'm going to say it in Yoruba. So maybe some family members and some women, they'll be like, they will call you, like they want to advise, and they'll be like, and all of those talks. Oh my God. So while those advices are true, that that means, let me say it in English for my English audience, that's the don't worry. Well, while those advices are true, it's not enough reason for any lady to put herself under desperation to get married, because this same Ileo mantra has led so many ladies to faulty marriages. Some of them have the boldness and they can walk out of those marriages, and some of them cannot. They are like stuck there forever. because of the ill being question. So if you're single right now and you're watching this, or you're at the point where you are starting to receive those same advices, then please don't put yourself under pressure because of that. And also, another reason why women get pressure to get married is the law of the order of things. Like I said in the case of the men in the last episode, I explained that about the law of the order of things. The family culture, that the elder must get married before the younger. That also is another cause why some women get married. So there is the other. In the Igbo culture, I'm very familiar with it. I know the Igbo culture. There is the other, and then some homes they say that the other has to get married first before the younger ones get married. So this in a way, and then maybe the other does not even have a suitor yet. And then the younger ones, the way we watch it in movies now, and maybe the younger sister now has a suitor coming around. They expect that the other has to marry first before the younger sister marries. And this can actually place desperation on the first lady. And finally, on the reasons why some women are desperate to get married is this one. Is another talk on its own. The reason of just leaving their parents' house or their guardian's house. I have a very practical case of this. There's someone I know that she said that the moment she got married, she knew that she had married wrongly. The moment the car was taking her home, like, after party, then the car is taking the husband and the wife home. She said she knew that she had mismarried, if there's an English like that. And then why? She said that she was living at her guardian's place, and at that point in her life, she was looking for an escape route. She just wanted to leave the house. And then like her, there are so many other ladies, there are so many other women that because they want to leave their parents' house or because they want to leave their guardian's house, they get desperate, and then the first or anybody that comes along asking for their hand in marriage, they accept and they move on. While some of these, we have the good stories of them having a happy marriage, a good number of those kinds are not experiencing a really good marriage. So to that single lady or single guy that is watching this episode right now, and if you are at a crossroad where you, after listening to all of this, you kind of can relate to one of the reasons, you are able to identify that, I think this is happening to me, I think that is happening to me, then this is a lifesaver for you right now. You need to take a chill pill, you need to take a breather, and you need to calm down. You need to enter marriage for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. The reasons I mentioned here are not very good reasons to be married. Enter marriage for the right reasons and not because you're desperate. Do not get married because you're desperate. Do not get married because you're pressured. And I hope that I've been able to bless you on this episode as well. I like to say that I hope that you enjoyed listening to me as much as I enjoyed speaking with you. So I'll see you in my next episode. And before you go, have you subscribed? If you've not subscribed right now, don't do this to me now. Click the subscribe button, please subscribe, and then don't forget to put on your notification bell so that you can be abreast of every fresh episode. It's going to be a jolly ride, I can assure you. So please subscribe, and do not forget to share to your friends, to your family, and to your loved ones, and get them to subscribe as well. I'll see you in my next episode, and bye.